Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning into Salt and Light Gaming. We're a podcast about shining light and being just a little bit salty. Tim and James, what's up?
What's going on, Chris? What are you salty about?
Hey, man, what's going on?
What am I never salty about? Me and my amazingly opinionated brain.
And Tony's Pizzas, brought to you by Tony's Pizzas.
Tony's Pizzas.
Just a little salty.
Just a hint. Just a hint.
With
Hey,
that
guys.
2016 vibe.
I know. I was about to say that. Guess what year it is?
2016.
I know. Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, man.
It's the new year.
It's been a while since we've been on.
Really has, man. I feel like it's been turning since I think all three of us have been together.
Yeah. Last time we did a show, I wasn't even there, and you guys talked about Star Wars.
That's true. That was a
And
while
you missed
ago.
out.
A
And
while
So really,
ago.
that was our last time to hang out was
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Technically, we've waited a month now, so we're clear to talk about Star Wars spoilers. But I think we'll wait that for another
No,
week.
it's not a month yet, bro. Because Star Wars came out on the 18th. So we still have a week, man.
Yeah, you're
Or we
right.
can-
But it has been long.
We promised the listeners we would wait 1 month. So
Very
But
true.
we can do Metal Gear Solid spoilers, right?
yeah,
now, right? 'Cause
yeah,
that's
it's
been-
fine. Even
we
even
waited.
though
We waited long enough for that.
Even though I'm not all the way through it, yeah, you're right. It's my fault. I have not finished it.
Neither have I.
And it's David Bowie's birthday yesterday. So
It was, man.
Ooh.
And didn't he put out an episode?
he put it out his 29th album or 28th album.
There you go.
Sweet. Sweet. So, for those listening to our podcast, we are on YouTube now.
We are.
Yes, we are. For those watching on YouTube, thanks for finding us. We're kind of doing this YouTube thing with Salt and Light. So thank you for checking us out on YouTube. And if you aren't watching us live, catch us live on typically Friday nights around 8 p.m. Tonight we're recording on Saturday night, but life happens and schedules change. So, right?
That is true.
I don't know what you're talking about, Chris. It's Friday night right now for me.
Oh, I see. James's Friday night doesn't start till tomorrow night. So,
Mine doesn't start for another week.
oh,
Time travel.
I'm doing a 2-week stretch.
Oh.
good luck. Well, real quickly, James, you want to tell people who we are?
Yeah, man. Well, it's 2016. For anybody who's just joining us, welcome.
Wait.
We are so.
Wait, it's 2016.
That's what I just said.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. And so, anyways, we are Salt and Light Gaming, video game podcast with a Christian twist. We're not here as your typical Christians who are just here to do the religious day-to-day thing. We are all about the relationships. And so we're taking it with what we love most, video games. And that's who we are. So I hope you guys enjoy these episodes. We have already 27 behind us. So go back and listen to them on our podcast. And if you like what you see, let us know. Email us. And yeah, that's basically who we are, guys. So I'd love to just connect with anybody who listens to our shows. We already got a couple of listeners who do play with us, Minecraft, a couple other games too now. So love to connect with anybody who's listening.
Mm-hmm. For James said email us. Our email address is saltandlightgaming@gmail.com. So hit us up there with the email, and we'll get in contact with you. So let's hop over to Weekend Life. Tim, it's been a while since we've been on.
Yeah.
Why don't you give us an update with what you've been doing? You've been playing a lot, so.
It was over the kind of the holidays with Christmas and everything like that, and the New Year's, I went ahead and tried to catch up with a couple couple story games. So first I played through Tales from the Borderlands. Hadn't played a Telltale game for a while, and I was actually pretty impressed to see how they've gotten better with the craft of telling tales.
Mm.
It's actually pretty good. The overall story flowed very nicely through each episode. Had some really good music montages, and I was laughing out loud. Then I went back and played Life is Strange episodes 1 through 5. So a similar type of game, a little bit more of a game actually, but kind of a darker story. Kept me busy though.
Yeah, you're into those story-based games right now, heavily story-based games. So
Yeah, I feel like I like those a lot because you can get done with them in about 12 hours if it's a long one, and then you can usually, I don't know. It's nice because they stop. You don't have to keep on playing them for forever.
Yeah, it's not like a Metal Gear where you're playing for 50, 60,
Like
70
a 50
hours.
hour, yeah, 50 or 60 hours, and then you may not be happy with the ending. It's like, just play something solid for 12 hours.
Metal Gear Solid for 12 hours.
Solid, man.
Yep. James. Or Tim, are you done?
I'm done.
James.
Oh,
What
done.
have you been doing for the last...
Yeah, man, I have done a ton of stuff. So we're just gonna go with what I started for. So back before Christmas, when we had our Star Wars Christmas episode, I told our listeners that I had some games I had to finish, and I did finish them. I went back and I completed StarCraft 2, Legacy of the Void, and I even did a little stream on it. And those who watched me fail miserably. I had just a rough patch with the final episodes, but final mission, but I did finally beat it, and it was a great finish. I'm really satisfied with the way they finished it. Really excited for the DLCs to come out to kind of expand on some of the finishing touches they did. Other than that, I've just done a lot of just really honestly catching up with family on my gaming. So my uncle and brother-in-law in the last few months have gotten Xbox Ones, and primarily they play Call of Duty. So I have kind of had that playing on my shelf for a while. I finally picked it back up and almost prestige finally, and had a lot of family time, which is awesome to be able to do that with gaming. So that was great. And then lastly, the big thing I've been pushing, there's a ton of games I get into, but the biggest thing I've been doing is Hearthstone. You guys know that that's a big thing for me. Well, I finally, in my free-to-play account, have not dropped one penny. I finally have gotten enough cards. I was able to build a tier 1, what's considered tier 1 deck, that most of the legendary players are playing at the moment.
Oh, cool.
So I have actually, I'm on a huge win streak. Haven't actually put a ton of time in really, but I'm already in the top 2% in the world at the moment.
That's cool.
I'm at rank 9, and it's only day 9, so I'm consistently going 1 rank a day. So that's my goal at the moment. It's getting tougher because I have to basically win without losing 5 games now in a row to even rank up. So it's really tough at this point. But I'm still going strong. I'm on a win streak at the moment, so we'll see if we can finally get myself to legend, and that would be just a fantastic accomplishment for myself.
It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it'd be exciting to see you hit legendary. I might have to watch you play a couple games.
Yeah, I do hope. I told you guys, but for our listeners, if I can somehow within this month get to rank 5, I will try to record for YouTube or stream the rest of my games, just so you guys can kind of ride the finish ride with me, because that'd be a pretty cool thing to at least capture the first experience of hitting that. So
yeah, the hardest thing for you to do is you play a lot of that. I mean, I don't want to say you play all of your games at work, but you play a lot of your games at your free time at work.
yeah, we won't say that over recording in case my boss ever listens, but I don't play while I do work. That would never happen.
So streaming those may be hard for you sometimes with family and other
and that's
stuff.
another thing too, guys. I
Those
have
bathroom sessions at work.
Yes, those are always the big ones, the big push.
The big
So,
push.
and that's another thing, guys. I may not be able to stream because here in a few weeks I do have a baby due. Finally, my little baby Lucas will be born by minimum end of January. So we'll see. Sometime the next month, I will be MIA for a while when that does happen. So yeah, exciting things. We're busy, but yeah, I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. Yeah, that was my week, man, or a couple weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks. As for me, I've been playing quite a few games. It's been a while since I've been on, so a lot has happened. So the Steam sale went on, and I spent more money than I was planning to spend. I went into Steam sale not planning to buy anything. Stumbled on the first day. But I bought Axiom Verge, and that's really fun. Been playing some Minecraft with other guys there. Lots of work going on. I started a Starbound series on my YouTube page. James was going to hop on there with me the other night, but he didn't work out. So that's pretty neat. If you want to check that out, it's on my YouTube page, youtube.com/cruckle. And then Got into Ark last night on my Xbox One. Thought it looked cruddy on the Xbox One, so I downloaded it again on my PC and playing that right now. So a lot going on, but definitely having some fun with it. So other than that, just keeping busy. So real quickly, I want to do some updates. Our biggest fan, you know who you are. You're moving to Colorado today, actually. Congratulations and good luck. I can't wait to keep in touch with you and see what you do with your Twitch adventures that I got you going on. So thank you for keeping us and supporting us for what you do, man. I have this from last week. Wet Nat Slap, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Last week. I mean, we're going to record this last week, but it didn't happen. So,
Yeah, holidays times. But yeah, what's that? We just wanted to say, man, thanks so much for your patronage to us. He's one of our patrons. You're actually our first patron. So you've supported us for over 6 months, and we really appreciate everything you've done for us.
he was our second one.
Second.
Oh, second? My bad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyways, you still have done a great job for us, and actually, I really appreciate it. That's we played with him, correct, Chris?
Bound with him the other night.
That's correct. Sorry, these screen names, man. So there's too many of them. But yes, we had fun on Starbound. It was fun getting to know you too, man. So I really appreciate everything you've done for us, and just being in the Salt and Light community. It's been fantastic.
In fact, he's live in the chat now.
He is, man. What's up?
I dedicate my postmodern house in Minecraft to you.
Yeah.
You should see it after you added those texture mods. Woo,
Well,
that's
you
beautiful.
can't see that, but
Well, he could add them.
he could add them, and then the house would look even cooler.
But it would screw up my house. My house wouldn't look as cool as it does.
Well, your house looks really cool with the Tron texture pack.
Yeah.
Ooh, you got that Tron, huh?
Yeah.
My house looks cooler with the other one.
Excellent.
Even though I took all nether material and built an all nether house right next to a chapel. So,
Excellent.
Yeah, ended up changing from the Poopsmith's house to a Lutheran chapel.
so a lot has changed on our server. So, anyways, is there anything else we need to talk about? Updates for us, Salt and Light, other than we're on YouTube now?
No, we'll cover the rest of it towards the end.
Yeah, we will.
We got a few announcements we'll push towards the end of our episode here. So stay tuned. We do got some really cool things down the pipeline we'll share at the end of the episode here.
Mm-hmm. Let's roll on over to our discussion.
Let's do it.
Okay. So what happened? Wait. What happened 9 days ago?
Well, it was a new year.
It was a new year. So
long, 15.
Yep. So long, farewell, Alvita, sing goodbye.
Never
Oh.
again, Chris. Never again.
So, but anyways, we had a new year coming, so excited to see the new year. And what do you do for New Year? I mean, you all get together, you hang out with people and family, unless you're me, then you go home and you play video games all night and you enjoy yourself and peace and quiet. But with your new year, what do you guys normally do?
Typically, you're setting yourself your goals. I think the biggest thing we see from people is setting their New Year's resolutions. Or you could just be like myself. You don't need the resolutions. Good to go. Life's good. Because everything is awesome.
Everything is
Resolve.
awesome.
Or is it? That is the question.
Could resolve to not make a resolution.
Yeah. I mean, shouldn't we always be making resolutions all the time?
Yeah. Wait. You're going really deep there, James.
I know, man.
You're talking like
But-
making goals and changing your life for the good over the long term. Man, that's big stuff right there.
It is. I'm kind of scared to do that. Man. Especially when I'm on this episode right now.
Yeah.
Setting a goal to somehow make it to the end at the moment.
Slowly, one note at a time.
Or one word at the moment time, buddy. I'm not singing.
Oh, ouch. Anyway, so New Year's typically, or Tim, do you have any traditions that you normally do at New Year's?
I don't think so, actually. I was trying to think if I had any traditions. I typically just wake up and then I'm like, well, is it tradition the night before or the morning? Because the night before you stay up, hang out with
Both?
friends. yeah, in the morning I just kind of wake up and I'm like, what's up? It's the new year. Then I forget to write the right date on the calendar.
Yeah.
So my resolution is always to like remember that it's 2016. Unless it's next year, then it's 2017.
That's actually a really good resolution to remember what
To
year it
remember
is.
what year it is.
Yeah.
Thanks to Windows operating system, it kind of helps you out.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially Windows 10, man. That thing just notifies you left and right what's going on.
Cortana, what year is it?
an update.
That stinking Windows update sound, ding ding, or however it goes now. It's like, just stop, man.
And it's no longer a little notification. It's a box that covers a quarter of your screen.
Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. I went and deactivated that real quick.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you did because it broke your computer.
Yes, it did.
Ooh, yeah, new build.
Anyway, so for me, I typically don't. Well, this is my first year in my own place, so I kind of got to do a different thing than normal. So I haven't really done any New Year's hangouts with anybody for a couple years now. So my New Year's traditions kind of turn into stay home, put on comfy shoes and comfy pants, and drink a drink and
Pet the
enjoy
cat.
my evening, pet the cat, and if I can make it to midnight, raise my glass for midnight, and then go to bed.
I'm
So-
sorry, you pet a cat? I mean, the devil's animal?
Did you not see the cat walk across my camera here a second ago?
Like I said, the devil's animal.
Chris leans back in his easy chair and he goes, "Back in my day, New Year's came earlier than it did.
Yes.
That's okay. This Chad just gets more comfortable with every year that comes by."
All right, we're gonna make you talk in that voice in like a Salt and Light commercial one day.
The Deckard Cain New Year's commercial.
Stay a while.
children.
Listen, Deckard Cain.
Well, you know what you do if you have kids, right? You set your clock 3 hours early,
Dude. Okay.
And then it'll be midnight at 9 p.m., and then you send them to bed.
Chris, there's a new, more advanced way to do this. You ready for this? This will
What?
mind blow you for next year. So,
Skillet nap.
when your sister's kid is at an age where he can understand it better, Netflix has finally upped their game. So what they did this year is every hour they did a New Year's ball drop with a certain theme. So you could have your kid watch it whatever time you wanted. You could say, "All right, guys, gather around. It's almost New Year's." Make them watch the ball drop at like 8 at night. Happy New Year! All right, time to
Exactly.
go to bed, guys.
Exactly. So,
So
exactly.
Netflix already stepped it up.
Netflix got it down.
So man, when my kid gets that age, it's like, oh boy, let's do it. Hey, come on.
9
3,
p.m.
2,
New
1.
Year's. Send them off to bed. Go to bed myself.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Exactly.
Good.
Anyways,
Deceive your children.
hey,
mean-
Santa Claus and Easter Bunny, they're real.
Let's be honest here, though. It's not deceiving when it is midnight somewhere.
It is always midnight somewhere,
Boom.
and in some time zones, midnight 30.
Mind blown.
I think the Easter Bunny's harder to believe in if you live in Missouri because people would hunt that.
Touche,
Yeah,
touche.
true. Anyway, so your New Year's, as we're getting down to, we have our traditions for New Year's. It's a great time also to make goals, like James mentioned earlier, where you make a goal or New Year's resolution, as they're called. Like the number one resolution is always healthy. Get healthy, work out, eat healthier, which we all know how that turns out.
That's
Tip-
true.
Typically not well. So, which that's not what I'm going for me, but we make these life changes hoping to make our lives better. We start a new life with a new year. It's a great time to start that new cycle. And I wanted to bring up that in Christ, as Christians, when we believe in Christ, our old selves are passed away, and we embrace a new life within Christ. In 2 Corinthians 5:16 through 21, it says, "So from now on we regard no one from a worldly point of view. Though we once regarded Christ in this way, we do so no longer. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation is here. All this is from God." Did I go? No, I did. Okay. "All this is from God, who reconciled us to himself through Christ and gave us the ministry of reconciliation. That God was reconciling the world to himself in Christ, not counting the people's sins against him. and he has committed to us the message of reconciliation. So, in 21 it says, God made him who had no sin to be sin for us, so that we in him might be made the righteousness of God. Through believing in Christ, when we ask for forgiveness, our lives are spiritually reborn, and the old lives are cast away. Our new lives is in Christ. It also says in Philippians 1:21, I'm going to just give the main point of the verse, is it is to live is Christ and to die is gain. So with these new lives, Christ is our focus. And then when we pass away, we're actually not losing anything, because our physical selves, though they might still be alive, we are dead to that old life. We are alive in Christ. So when we die, we actually get to go to Christ, and we actually gain when we pass away. So understanding that, believing in Christ is a new lease on life and a chance to move forward as a new person. Someone who is free of past sins and transgressions. Forgiveness and grace give us a new life. So it just says in John, let me pull this up real quickly, John 3:16 through 21. Was my phone asking me if I love my Bible app.
5 stars.
Go away. Yeah, it already knows I gave it a 5-star. John 3:16. It says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world through him. Whoever believes in him is not condemned, but whoever does not believe in him is condemned already, because they have not believed." And in this verdict, light has come into the world, but people love darkness instead of light because their deeds were evil. Everyone who does evil hates the light and will not come into the light for fear that deeds will be exposed. But whoever lives by the truth comes into the light, so that it may be seen plainly in what they have done and has been done in the sight of God. So when we accept Christ into our lives, we do become a new creature. We get a new life, a new chance, a new beginnings. So with this new year, we missed it by a couple days, but with this new year here, as we start our Salt and Light for this year, our new show for this year, what changes can you make to better yourself or to better this world? If you don't know Christ or don't understand what it means to believe in Christ, I want to encourage you to contact us, saltandlightgaming@gmail.com, or message us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/saltandlightgaming. Contact us, and we can help explain that to you. But with this new year here, find somebody to keep you accountable with what you want to do to maybe better yourself, better your family, better what you can do to better this world. So I wanted to take this time. James, if you want to go first, you can, or Tim. Do you guys have any personal New Year's resolutions or goals that you have for this year?
I'll go first, I guess. So yeah, I mean, for myself, my big resolution is just to further increase my walk with Christ in a way that more just strengthens my family. This last couple years, it's just been a huge learning curve, just as being a parent, and just overall trying to cope with just everything in life going on. This 2016 is going to be my biggest year of my life. I'm going to graduate college, hopefully start a new career somewhere or a better job. On top of that, I got just another kid being born, so I'm going to have 2 kids, and just trying to keep growing with my wife. So there's a lot of stuff going down. Plus, we got all these cool things going on with Salt and Light, so with just everything going on, this is going to be one of my biggest years ever. So just my overall goal is, how can I grow with my walk with Christ through all this? Because I think that a lot of my big life events in the past have really just been more about me. And I could totally make this year about me, because there's so many cool things going on with myself that I'm like, who cares? I'm good. Life's awesome. But I think that I need to make sure that my focus is still with him, and that's going to be really tough for me, because I think that there's going to be some times where the focus is on me, but especially like graduation. Everybody's like, "Oh, congratulations, woo!" And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, and then it's like it's all about me. But I need to remember that with the crazy load I've done, I could have done it without him, and I need to remember that.
Keep that
Um,
meme monster under control.
Yep. So that's really the big focus for myself, at least for this new year. So excited, and I got the Salt and Light crew here, so I know you guys will keep me accountable. And listeners, you see me stray, you hit me up. So I want to see those emails falling.
Yep.
James, that last episode, you did exactly what you said you wouldn't do. You talked all about yourself the whole stinking episode. I hope to hear that email.
Tim, what about you?
Well, man, it's hard to come up with like a single New Year's resolution type thing for that. I'd say probably, like an overall mentality or thought process with how stuff goes on. I think a lot of even stuff at work comes up with me where I want to, like stuff gets really stressful and you're trying to force your way through it and bulldoze your way through. I think it's pretty exhausting. And, there's some stuff that you can't do on your own, or even if you can force your way through it, like James is saying, on your own, it's the focus isn't on what I can do or trying to better my own way through it, but just some stuff that I need to rest with just myself and rest in Christ with that stuff I can't do on my own, and that's a big part of it.
Okay.
Sweet.
As for me, one of my big ones that I'm working on is just continuing to further my studies in Christ and studying the Bible and just digging deeper and deeper and deeper. And that's been a struggle for me because I've changed the way I read the scripture. Instead of reading something new every day, I read something for multiple days in a row, and sometimes I can get kind of boring and slow, but I want to continue to dig deeper in the same stuff. And then once I get something, I move on and keep processing things deeper and connecting more dots. From another resolution that I'm doing is, if you go over my YouTube channel, I'm trying to do a YouTube video every single day. So I'm just hitting that hard, and I've got videos uploaded and locked until Tuesday. So sometime this week and sometime tomorrow I would record a few more episodes and get them up there, but I'm hoping to get a video up there every single day for the whole year. So
Impressive.
that's my goal, and it's hitting hard already. So I'm 9 for 9. So
There you go, man.
hitting it hard. So, and plus for me too, just with work and other stuff, I'm trying to be more Christ-like. So I've been praying for love, praying for patience, continue to pray for that, and it's amazing how God will challenge you on that too. So he's hitting me hard on that, and I'm going to continue to push for it. So continue to remind myself and read the scriptures, knowing that he'll teach me what I need to learn at that time. So now we're going to talk about some updates coming, or just what's coming up this new year, new life for Salt and Light Gaming. So James, how about you talk about that first one, because you're kind of hitting that, you're kind of carrying the water for that.
Yeah. So, guys, we're going to go ahead and just announce some of our things that are going on this year and just kind of our overall goals with Salt and Light. Obviously, you guys know that Salt and Light Gaming is, in the end, it is a gaming podcast. But, man, we want to be able to just make this thing grow like crazy. So some initiatives that we're doing for you guys is we are going to, we're not going to say officially who we got going at the moment, but we do have some awesome interviews that are coming in the works. And we're not just talking about just our typical getting a player on here. We got possibly some game developers down the road that you're going to see on our show. And we're hoping to grow this thing and maybe even make some headways to be able to find, one day you guys will be back and look at the ancient of Salt and Light at the beginnings and be like, man, they've run. And that's what we're going to try to do this year. So that's our resolution for 2016 is what can we do with you guys to grow this thing. So we're in the works of talking. If you guys have any random people that are doing amazing things in the gaming world, and we're talking esports, or if in your local area communities there's just some crazy news story that came up, like the last episode, me and Tim covered a crazy Fallout news story that happened with somebody that got hit by a car and somehow survived with his gaming chair. Even if they're just ridiculous stories like that, please send them our way via email, because we're gonna really try to ramp this show up with just overall content,
Yep.
not just the typical game news too. We want everything, so send them our way. People, stories, whatever you find, and we're out there, the three of us, trying to do everything we can to collect everything. But there's so much data out there. We're gonna need your guys' help as well. So that's a big thing that's going in the works.
I found it very fun that we did the interview with you guys did the interview with Thor about that Xbox console.
Yes.
And then I can never remember his name.
Winston?
Winston. When we did the interview with Winston, which if you're a Hearthstone fan, go back and listen to his stuff. He's a legendary player, and he's got some great tips.
Yep.
That
His most recent episode was on episode 24 with Thor as well.
Yeah.
So I feel like for interview wise, if you want the beefiest amount of interviews, check out episode 24. That was our beefy one. We pushed 2 different interviews in one episode, so check it out.
And then, like Tim or James also said, we're going to continue to grow the community. So we're on Facebook. We got a Steam group. If you want to join the community, hop on there, follow, like, favorite, friend, whatever the website or whatever thing you're using. Do that, and we'll keep in contact with each other. We'd love to play games and continue to grow our community. So, also another thing that I had on there for stuff that we want to do for this next year is firing up another voice over IP server. We used to have that raid call, but raid call went through a major change, and now we don't really have access to raid call anymore, as nice as it was. So we'd like to fire up another VoIP server, something like TeamSpeak, Vent, or Mumble. So if you would like to support us by setting one up or getting one, let us know. That'd be a huge benefit for us. It'd be a place for all of us to get on and voice chat, not have to use Skype all the time.
And if you guys even just want to support us just in that way, Patreon. Check out our Patreon site. And if you don't even, because obviously I'm assuming, and you guys can speak to this, is TeamSpeak, isn't it a monthly fee? Or
if
is
you
it a
want
one-time?
if you want to rent the server, you can rent a server for a monthly fee. But if you're tech savvy enough and you want to set a server up on your computer and let us use it, I'm totally cool with that. We don't have the resources right now to do it ourselves. So
Sure. Yeah. But anyways, that'd be awesome if we could get that. If not, I mean, there's always the good old Skype, but Skype's got its limitations. So
yeah. So Skype can be resource intensive at times.
Indeed.
So Tim, you're pretty quiet. What else? Anything else you want to mention for Salt and Light?
I'm trying to think. Looking forward to seeing what happens with this YouTube setup here. I think it's pretty cool that we finally got over here.
Too.
So, yeah.
And that goes for any of our listeners and podcasts. So here's the cool thing with this. So we are now officially on YouTube. First episode is on YouTube. So here's the cool thing for you guys. If you do want to watch some of our old content, Twitch is pretty difficult. It's not as friendly to go back and watch some of our old content. All these videos that we're doing with podcasts are just as easily to be able to attainable through YouTube.
Yep.
So you can even do it on your phone now. If you don't want to use podcasts and you just want to listen to audio through YouTube, just click on our YouTube link and boom, you can listen to the episode even if it's in your headset still. So that's a cool feature for you guys.
Yep. And what's cool with YouTube is if you're watching it on your phone and you get about 30 minutes into it, you can if you close your app out, you can come back to it and it'll actually resume where you left off most of the time.
Yeah,
it doesn't work
nice.
every time. So you can actually continue to watch us later on when you come back to it. So, yep. Pretty exciting things going on this year. So we're going to keep growing Salt and Light. So keep growing the community and keep growing this show. So anything else?
Shake that salt.
Yeah, shake the salt. Little salty.
Stay minorly salty.
Stay salty. Anything else you guys want to talk about with that, or do we want to head on over to news?
Let's do it, man.
Kick off some news.
Well, we had a huge discussion this week on text messages about this topic called virtual reality. It is hitting hard this year, which it's been around for a while, but
it's hitting wallets hard.
It's hitting wallets hard this year because everything seems to be coming out Oculus Rift is coming out this year. Sony's is coming out this year.
Yeah. So the first news we got, I mean, we've been waiting basically for. I don't even think we have a release date yet. But for Oculus Rift, they are the first, I believe, at this point to go ahead and open up pre-orders for the Rift.
Yeah.
And they are charging $599. That is just so that, and that's going to include the headset, the Oculus Rift,
Yeah.
and an Xbox controller and carrying case, and 2 games, Lucky's Tale and Eve Valkyrie.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now on their website. Eve, Valkyrie, Lucky's Tale.
And that still needs, so you still need something to power it. So you're going to need a pretty good computer to do that.
Yeah.
But $599.
Price, man.
I mean, it's pretty expensive. $600.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. I think the weird thing is right now is we don't know exactly how much other companies are going to be charging either. Now, I Googled just now Sony VR to see if there's anything new on theirs yet, and there's a random article that popped up on Yahoo News, and it starts off and it says, "Oh, so you thought Oculus Rift's price was too high? Wait until you see the leaked price of Sony PlayStation VR headset." Forbes on Friday spotted an Amazon price listing for a PlayStation VR headset, which showed the device at $800. Sony was quick to send Forbes a message stating that it had not set an official price, while saying the price on Amazon was posted in error. Although, yeah, I think for $800, I don't think that's going to be right, because the actual tech on the Oculus Rift is probably the top of the line right now as far as all the headsets compared.
Yeah.
I think the resolution's a little bit higher than the Sony VR, and then HoloLens at this point isn't even really competing. I think it's the HTC Vive is the other one.
Yeah. HoloLens is Microsoft's thing, and it's more of an augmented reality, which I would actually like more than a full VR.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to play games or anything on the HoloLens. It's not going to work.
That's actually not true. They've already displayed it, and actually people were able to test it out at the tables with Minecraft.
But that's not playing the game. It's augmented accessory. It's not playing the whole game.
Okay.
You will still see the stuff on the ground and around you. Just it's gonna put the game in the environment you're in.
So the screen on the Sony and the Oculus Rift headsets are gonna be like they have a wide field of view, and it's kind of like
first person. You feel like you're actually moving around and everything.
Yeah, it's fully encompassing you. The screen on the HoloLens is actually about the size of a pack of cards.
Gotcha.
And it sits in front of you, so your peripheral vision is actually reality.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's kind of like wearing glasses, because you, unlike the Oculus Rift, but the HoloLens, they kind of look, because they're clear glass, correct?
Yeah, I'm pulling up a photo of the HoloLens right now for our show.
Because from the demos I was seeing with the HoloLens, it's more like, for example, you could throw a TV on your screen, you could throw calendar, like Microsoft calendars on your, let's go with our refrigerators, whatever you want, customize just your whole overall, make your room a virtual reality of boards and whatnot.
Yeah, it's basically going to be like a heads-up display for stuff.
Like a high-tech version of smart glasses, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
That's what I could describe it.
Now, the thing that I think would be neat with HoloLens, not that I actually think they'll actually do this, because this would be too practical and too cool. Yeah. They needed to implement something for like Halo or a first-person shooter. So instead of putting your health and your ammo on your TV, it takes all of that off of your TV and puts it on your lens. And then also put your cursor on your HoloLens too. So you can actually move your gun around, so you can look around and aim and still use your controller to move your guy around and look around too.
Gotcha.
So it's integrating your ammo and your health and all your like your HUD on your lenses, so they're always in the same place, taking all that information off the TV and putting it on there. But then again, that's not what people want with their VR, though.
It's a lot of. It'd be cool, but it's like two things together. And if
Yeah.
you do like just a solid VR headset like Oculus Rift, you could still do something like that and have the effect of the HUD closer to your eyes and then everything else further away.
Yeah.
Now, you guys do know which type of VR that I like the most, right?
What's that?
What is that?
The Google Cardboard.
Yeah, you got to print me one of those.
Yeah.
So
For- For those who don't know, I work at a place that builds cutting dies, and I downloaded the schematics and layouts for the Google Cardboard. So I'm gonna try to get a couple of those cut out from our sample maker, and maybe market them up and label them as Salt and Light Google Cardboard glasses. So.
Sweet.
Now,
that'd be pretty cool.
they're designed to work with Droid phones, so they're not designed to work with iPhones. But I still think it would be fun to have a pair of those just sitting around here. Your official
yeah,
Google
okay,
Cardboard, Salt and Light branded.
Did you do the Warcraft flyover of Stormwind?
What?
Oh, you didn't know about that? It's on YouTube, Legendary Pictures, their YouTube channel. They have a VR flyover for Google Cardboard.
Really?
Yeah, so you stick that in there, and you're on the back of a griffin, and you're flying over a like a Stormwind.
Well, I don't have him. I don't have one made yet. So
Okay.
yeah. So
He could go with that idea, Tim.
I could
Could
make you
still do
your.
it.
I could make your own VR. So
Should do it.
yeah,
Yeah. So $599. It's quite a bit.
it is.
It could be more, I guess. I thought it was going to be a little bit less, but the prices could come down. We could
Yep.
see features being cut as well.
Now,
I'm really interested to see what Sony's going to charge now.
yeah. What Sony's going to charge now, Tim? This is something we were talking about a little bit. Do you think that this new VR coming out is going to be sustainable? Like, are people going to finally embrace it and enjoy it? Because
This stuff, yes.
this isn't the first time we've done VR in video gaming before.
We've had this. I mean, we've had people attempting this for a long
Yeah.
period of time. This is the first point where we're able to get screens running at frame rates that don't make you sick, and then people are actually trying to do this, or like developers are actually taking the time to keep people from getting sick. From just hearing some other people, like some journalists that were talking about it, they were at the time they were feeling like Sony had done a pretty good job at the moment of starting off easily with it, where you're not going to be getting motion sick. Like they have you sitting down on a couch or something like that,
Yeah.
and just like slowly ramping you into it without just having you like fly jet planes.
Yeah.
But the actual quality of the screen and how it's working and what it's doing, I think we're at a good spot right now. And there seems to be a lot of companies that are wanting to support this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I would hope VR would hit, because finally the technology's catching up to it. You can get high quality images on that lens for both of your eyes and not have to wear any glasses to be able to see in the 3D. The actual VR are the glasses. So,
Right.
and the technology's there, but how many times have we seen some new piece of technology come out and fall apart and never get used?
That's true, man.
Quite a bit.
Does that
But
make-
I think just like the reception that has been happening at different like
Mm-hmm.
tech conferences and stuff like that, like people are legitimately impressed by the tech that's going on here. So as long as the price point comes out at a spot where they get adopted, I think we'll be fine. I think Oculus Rift may have kind of a hard time selling because it's going to be like a higher end PC gamer type piece of equipment. So I don't think that, I mean, I could probably run a couple of the games on it, but I don't really know how well I'd be able to play a lot of it. And then I don't think the Oculus Rift is going to be used much on the Xbox One just because of the hardware issues. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. That's gonna be an
I don't
interesting one
know.
to see.
That's where I think it's going to be successful. Right now, I'm just curious if it's going to be Sony or Oculus that ends up taking off.
It's gonna be super interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting fight because it's not your typical Microsoft Sony fight.
Right. It's like Sony versus Facebook.
Yeah, really. I mean, it really is, man.
Yeah. Now, I do have a confession to make. I found out this past week that my cousin, her boyfriend, has an Oculus Rift.
Ooh.
And the way I found out was she posted a video of her sister using the Oculus Rift in his office thing,
Oh man.
like screaming because she was doing playing some sort of scary game or scary video. So I need to get a hold of him and see if I can go try it out.
You need to get a hold of him, and we're gonna all go try it out.
I mean, there's stuff out there now that supports Oculus Rift. It's
Yeah.
not. I mean,
There is,
it's
man, yeah.
the dev
It's
kits
been
have
out there for a year
forever.
or two. It's been around.
It's out. If you really want one, you can go get one.
Yeah, it's expensive to get the pre version, but
Yeah,
So
the dev
that's
kits.
kind of the weird thing is like if you already really wanted one, you could have had one.
Yeah.
yeah.
So now that you can pre-order it for $599, how many more people are really going to go get it?
Yeah.
I think it'll be a ton, man. It's the pre-release one was a dev kit version.
Yeah.
So now it's commercialized. They've critiqued it, gotten a lot of the kinks out. So this is gonna be like their official push one. So marketing, dude, you're gonna see a ton of people, regardless of the price. I think you're still gonna have those heavy PC gamers who want the next big push, picking this up.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the hardware to do it. So
I was
Go
going
ahead.
to mention another piece of technology for computers that I have that has died and nobody got into.
Yeah.
Ever heard of AMBX lighting?
Nope.
nope.
It's a thing you plug into your computer via USB, and it's this gray box that you put behind your monitor, and then you got two satellite boxes that you put on the left side and the right right side, and it's LED lights that are colored, and it emulates whatever's on your screen to the colors behind your on the wall behind your computer.
Interesting.
And you can also program it with certain games. Like if I'm playing World of Warcraft and I get into combat, it would flash red real quickly on my wall.
Oh yeah, my computer does that.
So it's really, but it's like the whole wall behind me would flash red, and it would do really great with music because it'd have like a little rave effect with different flashing lights. Yeah, that never went off.
I don't know, Chris. My computer does that today.
I have a 360. I have a Microsoft 360 HD DVD drive.
Yeah, but that you knew what was going to happen when you bought that.
Oh, they had already declared it dead when I bought it. It was $50.
Yeah,
I still
that was your
used it.
fault.
I still use it as a secondary DVD drive. It ran great as a secondary disc drive for my 360.
It's true.
So-
Yeah, the question was like, are we going to go with the one that can hold like what 50, 60 gigs of data or 20
50 and 60 gigs. It can go up to 200, 300 now.
for the Blu-ray? Well, at the time it was like 50 or 60.
Yeah, they were. I think at the time, Metal Gear Solid 4 was the biggest game at 50 gigs. Was the biggest disc. So
Yeah.
at 2 layers. So I think they're up to 15, 20, 25 layers now. I need to find out.
Nice.
So
It's like a cake.
yeah, or an onion.
Kickbox.
Make you cry.
So, anyways, it's gonna be interesting to watch what VR does.
Yeah, for sure, man.
There's
Providing that that they don't go up in price any more than this. I think if I do end up getting one, I think I am going to go for the Sony headset, just because I've already got the equipment that can run it without having to worry about.
Yeah, and economically, I mean, that sounds to be the more optimal choice, anyways. I mean, the pricing and everything.
Yeah.
Tim, you'll know this more. The Sony version, will it only be applicable for Sony devices, or will it be playable with PC gaming?
From what I'm seeing, I think it's just gonna be like a Sony thing.
Because then that also is a limitation to either market, because obviously your Oculus Rift you can adapt it to use on console gaming.
You could. The thing about the PS4 right now is that, especially with those indie games,
Yeah.
like the PS4 is doing just about as good with that as, like the PC is. So I think you're actually going to see a lot of the catalog being back and forth, because a lot of these companies I think are also going to want to develop to make games that are going to work on all these
Yeah.
devices, just to make it cost effective.
Gotcha.
You know what game I really want to play with Oculus Rift?
What's up?
Surgeon Simulator.
They've got an office simulator that they're coming out with.
Yeah, that'd be fun with the VR.
There was you can just you can hold out your the Move controllers in that case. Like you can hold them out and it's ketchup and mustard, and he's like spraying it all over the printer.
Nice.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to try it out. So.
Yeah, I mean, just the possibilities, man. It's gonna be insane to see what happens.
Okay, so anything else we want to talk about with VR? We want to move on to the next topic.
Next topic.
Next topic. This is huge. Now that I'm really looking at that, this is gonna be pretty stinking huge.
Yes.
Half-Life 2. The writer for the Half-Life series has left Valve. Seems to. Where is his name?
His name is Mark Laidlaw.
Yeah, Mark Laidlaw.
Which is crazy about this, we've all been just sitting there anticipating, hoping to hear news of the Half-Life 3, and it's been kind of secretly just popping out, like that they were starting to develop it again. And then we get this news. It's like, sorry, hey, by the way, and Mark Laidlaw just retires. And he did leave a message here. He basically said, in this article we have, there are many reasons, most of them personal, he wrote in his reply to the Redditor who reached out to him about his rumored departure. And outwardly obvious reasons that I'm old, or anyway, oldish. So it sounds to me like, for the most part, he's just calling it quits on more of just age-wise. He's ready to retire. So not really bad. I don't think he left on a bad taste with Valve, which is cool. But still, for us who've loved the series, man, that's kind of sucks. I mean, really, any of his previous writing, man, Half-Life 2, Episode 2 was it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he was quoted here that Half-Life was in existence before his arrival.
Yeah.
So he's okay with it being thereafter.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Definitely. Well, miss his worst. He did a phenomenal job with those games. So.
Mm-hmm. And it's the writer though. He didn't.
It is. You're correct. It is the writing. So.
The thing about Half-Life is
it's more about the game.
That story's not really that complicated.
You're right, but regardless, I mean, to me, if you're for the story, that's definitely a little hit. So.
Yep.
Yeah, it potentially could have been something interesting for 3.
Yep. So Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Definitely.
Nope. Now the question is have we been playing Half-Life 3 for the past 2 episodes?
Oh, it's 1 and 2. They haven't put out episode 1 and episode 2. They haven't put out any more episodes.
No, they need to, because I always told my buddies that when they come out with episode 3, they're going to repackage them all together and put episode 1, episode 2, and episode 3 and call it Half-Life 3.
If you go back and play episode 1 and 2 right now, like, you can still play them, but if they came out with something like that nowadays, people would be really disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true.
It wouldn't really be. I mean, it's fun for what it is now, but...
Because I remember reading somewhere when Half-Life 2 Episode 2 came out, reading somewhere where one of the Valve guys actually said, this is Half-Life 3 that you're playing right now. So it's just that it's integrated into episodic content, which should have been getting us content quicker. Yeah. But we see how that's turned out.
Yeah, for sure, man.
All those Steam sales.
Well, hold on to your hats, guys. Hopefully
maybe they're waiting for us to make Half-Life 3.
Ooh. Salt and Light twist.
Black Mesa, which if you've not played through Half-Life 1, purchase and download Black Mesa. It's the best way to play through the first Half-Life, hands down.
Because there's also Half-Life Source. Don't play that one.
Don't play that, because it's just the same textures in the new Source engine. Disappointing. Still a great game, but it does not look any better. Better be grammatic. I'm not able to talk tonight. Grammatically correct. Anyway, so who knows what's going to happen with Valve? Maybe we'll see more Half-Life. Maybe we'll see more Dota 2.
When Gabe Newell needs to expand his knife collection, he'll make Half-Life 3.
Ooh.
The question is how will they integrate the market?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what
With
happens.
custom textured knives for Half-Life 3.
Ooh.
Crowbars. There we go. Custom textured
crowbars, crowbar boxes.
Crowbar
Yeah.
boxes with keys. You have to use crowbars. You have to use the crowbars you get to open the boxes to get more crowbars.
Numbers from in there.
We should go back some night and play Half-Life 2 Deathmatch.
Ooh.
Half-Life 2 Deathmatch, or should we download Synergy and play through Half-Life 2 together?
Deathmatch.
Oh, okay.
It's fun to throw toilets at each other.
Very true.
That too.
We can do that in Synergy.
Ooh.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, look, that's the actual campaign, right?
That's the co-op mod for the campaign. That's
You all go to
free.
Ravenholm together.
Yeah, that too.
No one goes to Ravenholm.
Don't go to Ravenholm.
Anyways, so we'll see what happens there. I love Half-Life. Love Half-Life 2. So even my dad enjoyed Half-Life 2. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, man,
Exciting.
it's gonna be fun.
Yep. Want to hit January releases?
Yeah, definitely. Figured we'd go through this list. Just kind of just give you guys kind of just an open eye. What we're gonna do basically is once a month. Since we're starting mid-month, we've already missed some, but we'll beginning of each month we'll just kind of do like a recap of what's to come for you guys. And I'll just read through the list, and if you guys have any that you're really excited about, stop me, and we can just briefly just mention it more.
Yeah, that won't happen much in January.
No, there's not a whole lot. There is 2 big games.
Amplitude.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'll just go down the list what's come, and then we'll just keep going. So, I'll say so here we go. So, January 4th, we had Shooting Stars for PC. No idea.
No idea.
January 5, we had Amplitude.
Yeah, we
for
did.
PS4.
Shout out to Amplitude.
Yeah, you like
Yeah.
Amplitude.
That's
And
a
I
cool
actually-
game.
Yeah, and
fun.
I actually watched the trailer on that. That looks like a phenomenal game. So, I'm jealous it's only on PS4 at the moment.
Harmonix's original game.
Yep.
Then we got Hardware Rivals on PS4. That's just a racing game.
It's
it looks-
free
it-
actually too.
Hardware
free.
Rivals? Is that like AMD
Nice.
versus GeForce versus Intel?
I was looking at it. I thought it would be like a PS4 versus Xbox thing. I was like, what is this?
Exactly.
Hardware rivals.
PC Master Race.
It looks kind of cool though. It's
It
free.
does look
so-
fun, so
You got-
I would definitely download that for your PS4.
You
then.
got-
It's free.
You got your Sony using a Honda import. Your
Oh,
Microsoft using your Ford Fiesta.
Yes.
And you got your PC using your 1970 Dodge Challenger.
Yeah, I like it.
There you go, 60s, 70s. I don't know my car years. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, so we got a Volume for Vita. So if you got a Vita game called Volume,
I'm looking that up right now, and that looks really interesting.
yeah,
Huh.
it comes out. It actually came out a few days ago on January 5th. We'll keep going. We got G Prime Into the Rain for Xbox One only. January 6th was its release date.
No clue.
Hyper Void on Xbox One. I believe these are indie games.
You
And
probably,
then we got Lovely Planet for Xbox One. All came out on January
what a
6th.
lovely day.
Yes. All right, so January 7th releases we had just a few days ago. We have Voider for the Wii U.
Sounds like a
we-
game that might come out on the Wii U.
Yeah, I know.
Avoider.
Avoid the Wii U. All right, and then we got for the Wii U also Bigley's Revenge. So
Sounds
after
like
you
a game that
avoided
came out on
the
the
Wii, after you avoided that Wii, you now have a Bigley's Revenge.
But what's important is the next game on the list because you need that game
Oh,
for
yes.
the Wii U.
Okay. Oh man, this is like a trifecta on this January 7th. All right, so let's go back. Let's go back here, guys, for the listeners. All right, so we have the Avoider. Now you've avoided. Now Bigley's Big Revenge, and then they also came out on the same day. Discovery.
Discover Wii U.
So I think Discovery. Okay, we'd have Discovery comes out first, then Bigley's Revenge, and then Avoider.
So they put it on there backwards.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, that would have made way more sense.
Is that the 3 stages of Wii U culture shock?
Yeah, it really is, man.
I love my Wii U.
It's a
Yeah.
great console.
It is. It's just unfortunately just overlooked.
Super Mario Maker.
Yep, true.
Oh yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
January 7th also had a couple other ones. They had Jetpack Fighter only for the iOS.
You
So I
fight
guess
jetpacks.
You do fight jetpacks. So, so shout out to the handheld devices, or actually, we do have its own gaming device now with the what's Apple's new product that's for TVs?
The Apple
Wait.
TV.
The Apple
Apple
TV 2.
So, and they actually, there's a lot of game reviews out there that considered an actual console. I was like, what? But they were
What?
praising it for indie games. And then you got My Pets for 3DS, January 7th. All right, that's your game, Tim. Go play My Pets.
James's Pets.
Yes. And then we got Ocean Runner for 3DS and Tabletop Gallery for the Wii U.
What is that?
I'm going to assume it's a bunch of tabletop games.
Tabletop
Let's check it
Gallery.
out. That might be Zach's game.
Is it a tabletop game?
They came out on January 7th as well.
It's got dominoes.
Oh, sweet. There you go.
Like Hasbro type games.
Yeah.
Dominoes
Battleship.
and
Battleship.
Chinese
There you go.
checkers.
Perfect. How do you play Battleship together? Like, do you use tablets to play?
Oh, I
like
used to have
could-
Hasbro's
ooh.
Battleship game on PC.
Dude, I'm wondering with the Wii U, if they do have Battleship, if you have the two tablets, if you guys could play in the same room but use your tablet to make the ship.
Oh.
There's no Wii U games that use 2 tablets though.
Man, Nintendo, you need to fix this. Maybe you'll
wanna
actually
buy
bring
another
more
tablet.
people in.
They had it right with GameCube with the Game Boy Advance adapter. There you go.
True. That was true. All right, cool. Well, now we're in the future here. So those are all the games in the past. So now the
Back to
next
the
release
future.
doesn't. So January 12th's got some big releases. I'm super excited for some of these. And we got a big event we'll announce later. But January 12th for Xbox One, PS4, and PC, we got the Assassin's Creed Chronicles India. If you don't know what this is, they're going through a 3-series little. It's almost more of an indie game. It's a 2.5 3D experience where it's like a side scroller for Assassin's Creed. So this one will take place in India.
Is it Assassin's Creed Metrovania?
It basically is, dude.
Yeah, it's not really a Metroidvania, but
No,
it's like
not.
Mario with knives.
It is,
Ooh,
and
platformer.
they're actually really fun. I got to play a trial of this, and if you guys don't get this now, I highly just recommend. Sorry, Ubisoft, but I recommend just waiting until February, because in February, they are actually going to have all 3 of the Assassin's Creed Chronicles packaged together in one game. So you'll actually, I think, even save money if you wait. So yeah. Anyways, all right. January 12th as well. We got the Banner Saga for Xbox One and PS4.
It's cool. It's on PC. It's got a really good art style.
It's really. I
Yeah.
played it when
Looks
it
like a
first came
Disney.
out for free. It's really
it's
fun.
on Steam, correct?
Very
Yeah.
tactical.
Yeah, it looks like the art style is like a Disney movie, but it's a hardcore tactics RPG.
If you enjoy
yeah.
Final Fantasy Tactics, you'd enjoy that. Very
And Vikings.
Very and Vikings.
Oh, you just sold me. I'm gonna have to go pick it up. How much is that?
Well, there was a free one out for a while. Hold on.
15?
I missed it.
Banner Saga.
Love my
Maybe 10.
tactics.
It's still free. Banner Saga Factions is free,
Oh,
Oh,
gosh.
factions?
All right.
Oh, not the core game.
not the core
Okay.
game.
But
Oh,
the
okay.
tactics style of it, I can go get.
Oh yeah,
Well, the
you
main
can try.
game is
You can try it out.
Cool.
Dude.
All right. Well, January 12th as well, we got Tharsis for PS4 and PC. I believe it's a smaller one. Check that out.
Maybe it's Tharsis.
That's probably it.
It's probably Tharsis. I don't know.
Anyway,
Looks
so
like
guys,
it is a.
I haven't heard anything on it, so I'm not sure.
Tharsis.
Looks like it's a build your own spaceship.
Oh, too many of them out already.
There's, but hey, if you want another space builder, there you go.
Another building game.
This is different. This is interesting, actually.
That's what they all say, Tim. Don't bite.
This one doesn't claim to be interesting.
It's like the hook in front of you.
No,
No,
Actually,
they're this
get a
person's
good point.
rolling. It's like a dice roll. They're rolling dice
Ooh.
to see if
What kind of things they get?
their repair to the life support module works.
The worm is wiggling in front of
sad.
you, Tim. Don't bite it. Don't bite it.
Look this up, Chris. It's different.
Okay.
It doesn't look
All right,
good.
why-
It looks interesting.
Go ahead, James. Keep going.
All right. Well, while you look that up, so the next thing, and we're gonna have a big announcement with this game here towards the end of our episode. But game that we are excited about, if you've watched our Facebook pages, is That Dragon Cancer comes out this Tuesday, January 12th, for PC only at the moment. So we're excited about that, and we'll share more about it later for our podcast listeners and our YouTube viewers. The other games we're going to January 14th now. This one isn't really a release, but it will make mention. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 is going to have an open beta for both Xbox One and PS4.
Where's my PC?
And no PC at the moment, so I think they're just going to test out the console side of it first. I did notice with Origin, they do have different servers completely for console and PC.
Yep.
So I'm sure they'll do their own Origin PC beta eventually, if they haven't already. But I'll take the look at that. I loved Garden Warfare 1. Did any of you guys get to play that?
I have it for the PC and the Xbox. I enjoy it.
I haven't tried it yet.
I have it as well, Chris. And actually, it was in a Humble Bundle. You might have missed that out, Tim. But EA had a Humble Bundle that actually came with it. It was only $1 even. So that was a good deal when they had that.
It's really fun when you play with friends and you start to unlock more weapons and tools and features. And it's got the card system, so you can unlock skins and all that stuff, new weapons and all that. So it's fun, but I mean...
Yeah, it's definitely not like a very serious a shooter game, but it's definitely very fun. Get a group of friends together and just have a good laugh. And it's a good couch game too, because I've had my brother-in-law over and a couple other people, and we just sat there laughing while we're playing, on the couch together. So it's a good game. Another game on January 14th. It's coming out. None of us will play this, except if you're a sports avid. But Pro Basketball Manager 2016.
Woo!
So
I love my Pro Basketball Manager.
Go manage your basketball teams. So, all right. And then January 15th, we got Dragon's Dogma Dark Horizon for PC.
I'm actually excited for this.
Yeah,
it's a remake of the Xbox 360 game. Check out the link there I sent you guys. Of what magic looks like.
Jiffy Cat?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Watch him cast this spell.
Is it like Final Fantasy style combat, or?
I think it's like an action combat type thing.
Yeah, it kind of looks that way. I was
can
watching
move
some bits on
around?
it.
Yeah, you can move around after you cast it. But yeah, in the video, he's like swinging this giant staff around in circles, and to make like a tornado come out of it. It's a huge tornado.
Yeah, it looks
That just looks cool.
So we'll see how the reviews come with that. I'm sure there's already reviews. We'll have to take a look. And
it already came out like 6 years ago.
Well, true.
Dragon's Dogma did, but
not Dark Horizon.
This is the same game. It's just be done.
Okay, gotcha. All right, January 15th as well. We got Oxen Free for Xbox One and PC. And then January 16th, we got Zeros, Zheros for Xbox One.
Might have been waiting that whole list just to say that for that one game.
Oxenfree?
Yeah.
Ollie Oxen Free.
Wait. What's the next one? Really?
It's called Zeros, Xbox One. Is Chris intrigued with this one?
No, I'm looking at something else.
Okay. So we'll move on. So January 19th, so we're going on to the next week. On Tuesday the 19th, we got A Boy in His Blood.
That's what I'm looking at. Holy cow.
Xbox One, PS4, Vita, and PC.
You ever heard of it?
3DS game, right?
That was an old Nintendo game.
No, it was a Nintendo Wii game that came out in 2009.
No,
it was.
Hold on. It came out for the old Nintendo first.
Correct. But then this one is actually a remake of what was on Wii.
And the Wii?
Yes, I did some research on this one.
Yeah, it looks fun. I love the old Nintendo one.
Yeah. So it was. You're right. It was on Nintendo, but this one specifically isn't from Nintendo. It's actually it's basically an HD remake of Wii, and we're starting to see that with a lot of games that was on the Wii or Wii U that weren't as successful. The developers are pushing it.
Like Okami,
pushing it, so.
They did that.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, all right. Next, we have January 19th as well. We got Blade and Soul for PC.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Curious to see what that's going to be. Or I know what it's going to be, but I'm curious to see how well it's doing. It's been in beta for a while.
Yeah.
And then next, we got the Bug Butcher, PC, Macs, and Linux. January 19th.
Linux.
No idea. Bug Butchers. I guess if you like your bugs, you go check that one out.
If you hate bugs, check that out.
Yeah, that's correct. If you hate them.
Wait, are you a bug butcher? Like
you have to look this up. I have no idea. I'm kind of intrigued as well.
Do you butcher bugs or are you a bug butcher? Let me look.
I have no idea.
You are okay. Oh, cool. So you're actually in space on an outer planet flying like a ship that says the Bug Butcher on it, going into space stations and shooting bugs.
Really?
Yep.
Hmm.
It's got a good art style, actually. I like that. Nickelodeon.
Very cool.
Next on the
All right, cool.
list.
Next one we got. Next one we got is Darkest Dungeon, January
Yeah.
19th.
And I just bought that in the Steam sale. It's supposed to be
Yes.
really good. So it's been on Greenlight for a while on Steam. So early release. So
Or its official releases
Yeah.
January 19th. That's PC only. Then we got on January 19th as well, Klaus for PS4. That one looks decent. I'm not sure. I haven't seen too many reviews on it. We're just going to keep going here. We got a lot of Resident Evils. We got Resident Evil, looks like 0 for Xbox One, 360, PS4, PS3, and PC.
That is a
on that
remake
same-
of the GameCube one.
Yes, it is. And then same day, looks like a lot of remakes. I got the Resident Evil Origins collection for Xbox One, PS4, and PC. I believe that has a lot of, actually a couple games in there. All right, and then same day we got Stardust Vanguards for PS4. One looks, I think might be an indie game.
It's a twin stick shooter, I think.
Yes, you're right.
yeah.
Cool. And this one I know Chris and me are excited about. Unfortunately, just with the baby on the corner, I will not be picking up right away, but this will be a spring buy for me eventually. Homeworld Deserts of Karak. for
Karak.
PC. Yes, January 20th, which is a Wednesday. Chris, this goes back to my childhood. I cannot wait to play this. This is actually going to be a prequel of Homeworld 1.
Yep.
So
For those
we're
who
not going to run the story for everyone, but basically, in a nutshell, the game revolves around a alien race that was stranded on, or has no idea how their history ended, or how their past history. They have no idea how they ended on this one planet of Karak. And so the first game, they're trying to find their homeworld, and so that's kind of where that homeworld comes from. This game is Deserts of Karak, so you get to see how they existed on this planet for thousands of years, and basically the origins. So super excited to play that one. And what's different, and I'm intrigued with, is anybody who's a Homeworld fan knows it's all about the space combat. This one is all on land, so it's kind of like they've taken the whole, from what it looks like the same game almost, just it's all on you're dealing with more of vehicle type battles and not space battles. So
I just realized that Gearbox owns it now.
yep, they do.
Yep.
So once Gearbox took it over, bought it out, that's when they made the remake. So they went and just cleaned up the crud out of it. So yeah, the Homeworld remaster version is actually all the way. You can play it in 4K resolution now, which is insane. It looks super beautiful, and just in the videos I've seen for that type of resolution,
Gearbox does good wastelands.
they do.
Now, for those who don't know what Homeworld is, it's a full 360-degree RTS where you can not just play X and Y, but you have your X and Z, but you also have your Y axis. So, complete, full 6 degrees of access RTS space combat, or space RTS. So it's really fun. But anyways, we gotta hurry up. We gotta move on to the next game because we're burning time.
Definitely. All right, so we're just gonna burn through this list. Interrupt me if there's any you like, guys. January 21st, we got Boxtivity for PC. We got for PC as well, Move or Die. January 22nd, we got the Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. That's basically a cross between Paper Mario and the Mario and Luigi RPG games that they've done on handhelds. So it looks pretty
Those
fun.
are fun.
I might pick that up.
Ooh.
January 26th, we got Civilization Revolution 2 Plus for the Vita.
The Revolution,
That is good.
Revolution's a really fun series
They are.
from Civilization.
So, I'm jealous, Tim. You should pick that one up.
That's cool.
Final Fantasy Explorers on 3DS on January 26th. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but we'll go on. Lego Marvel's Avengers comes out on the 26th. Xbox One, 360, PS4, PS3, Wii U, 3DS, Vita, and PC. So literally
Didn't that
everything.
already come out?
No, they had the Lego Marvel. What was it again?
It was the
different game.
Avengers.
No, I think it was literally just Lego
Hold on
Marvel
here.
Universe or something like that. It wasn't the Avengers specifically. So it was
I
like
didn't like
basically
it at all.
Lego.
It was
You had Lego Marvel Superheroes.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was. So it basically covered anything Marvel, and now this is more geared towards just the Avengers.
I can't
So,
do it.
Yeah, I feel it.
can't
I
do it
have it as
anymore.
well, Tim, and it was fun. It's definitely fun to waste time on, but there was no good content to it, storyline. But I will say that Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, good stuff.
Yeah.
So, all right, then we got The Witness for PS4 and PC, January 26th.
You even witnessed this game yet?
I'm trying to think of what
Right.
that is.
All right, well, we'll move on. So, January 27th, we got Slain on PC. January 28th, this is actually already on Xbox One, but Rise of the Tomb Raider has been announced for PC, January 28th. And then we got January 29th, Atelier Esca. I'm going to butcher this. Atelier Esca and Logi Plus, or Logi Plus, Alchemist of the Dust Sky. Tim or Chris,
No
want to
idea.
interpret that? Yeah, let's just skip it.
No.
Sounds like an RPG.
Sounds like a Japanese game.
Yeah, if I can't even pronounce it in English.
If
I
it's
don't think
got long,
right,
if it's
so.
more than 6 syllables, it's most likely a Japanese RPG.
Yep, it is a Japanese RPG. It's got cowboy hats. Yep.
Oh, okay.
It's a
So if you
Western.
like there you go. If you like your Westerns, you can play your RPG in Western. There you go. January 29th.
Japanese
Screenshot.
Western.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Then we got Bombshell for PC coming out January 29th. And then lastly, January 29th, This War of Mine,
Yeah.
PS4 and Xbox One.
That's already out on the PC. I got that.
Yep.
It was pretty fun for about an hour,
Yeah.
but it's a really deep story and it's got a really deep gameplay style. I didn't really get into it that much, so
Yeah, for sure. So, but that's it for January. So, sometime in February, beginning of February, we'll make sure to cover what's coming up in February, just so you guys get your wallets ready. So,
Mm-hmm.
yep, and it's a big year, so we'll see what's gonna happen.
That's just in January. And
Yeah.
real quickly, are there any games on this list that you guys are looking forward for?
Blade and Soul. I'd like to see that. Resident Evil 0. Now that I'm actually seeing the Gearbox made Homeworld, curious about that.
Yeah, we need
Well,
to get
yeah.
you. We need to get you to try Homeworld.
Yeah,
One-
I mean,
one night.
Tim, we can use that family share on Steam just to look at that. It's part of the thing that there's nothing foul play in saying this. You could try it out.
Valve,
Still
we are not using that to share games with everybody.
Yes, they do. So it even says I
Me,
can have up to 10
bus.
people that I call family. So Tim, you're part of my family.
Did I call family?
I call you my brother in Christ. Boom, family. So they didn't consider that little tidbit.
That thumping sound is the
Oh,
sound of
man.
me bouncing underneath the bus that just ran me over.
We're all brothers and sisters in Christ.
Oh.
That works perfectly under that context.
Hey, to live is Christ and to die is gain. So let's
There you
keep
go, man.
going.
Did I game?
The die is game.
Don't know about you guys. I'm looking forward to Altalier, Eskia, and Logi Plus, Alchemist of the Dusk Sky on VR.
I'm sorry.
Cowboys.
I'm still laughing at to
Did
live
you see that
is
screenshot?
Christ. No, I haven't yet. Let me look it up.
No, I
Oh, hold on.
posted one.
Oh, dang. Oh,
Beautiful.
jeez.
Makes me-
Beautiful screenshot.
Makes me want to go home and ride a horse. Yeehaw!
Oh, man. Okay, only game that really stands out, which I'm going to mention this, maybe Homeworld. I just don't have time to play through a good RTS right now. And
Oh, you do, Chris. All that Minecraft, you could play through it.
But Minecraft, I got stuff to do on there.
Yeah, postmodern houses.
Maybe Final Fantasy Explorers. That looks interesting. It's an RPG like Final Fantasy, but it's got a co-op aspect of it. So you can actually play with your friends online or local. So we'll see. I'm gonna go check that out. Other than that, I mean, there's really nothing huge coming out for me in January. So
Not even Bigley's Revenge.
I don't know. It's just that what was it? The Avoider, man. That just calling me right there. Avoider Wii U.
In Discovery, it's the trifecta.
It's the
Wii U
trifecta
games.
Wii U games. So I did just download the Banner Saga Factions again, so I might try to play that again, the free one. So it's got multiplayer on it too. We can battle each other. Final Fantasy Tactics style. Anyway, so we'll definitely be keeping an eye out on that with future games coming out. So, well, you guys want to...
There we go.
Any other news we want to talk about? Are you guys going to allow me to talk about the numbers of Star Wars?
Talk about the numbers real quick.
Do you want me to?
Do it.
You're going to allow me to?
We're talking about it.
For those who don't know, I'm a huge box office numbers guy.
He's literally 2,000 pounds.
Huge.
Huge.
I may only be like 150 pounds soaking wet in real life, but when it comes into movies, man, comes in the box office numbers, I'm all over that.
It's a Big Mac.
It's a big deal for me. So, for those who don't know, well, Star Wars is getting some huge buzz right now with how well they're doing at the movie theaters. I'm looking at the charts here. Opening weekend, it made $247 million just domestic, which is pretty huge. Let me pull up all-time records here. Opening weekend record right now is being held by Star Wars at $247 million. And it's funny, I didn't tell you guys this, but the drop for a lot of what I look for box office numbers is how they drop box office wise, how much money they bring in every single week. So when you look at that though, Star Wars only dropped 33% on the opening weekend, which is surprisingly really, really low. So what probably helped it was Christmas. So a lot of people waited to go see it with family over Christmas.
Yeah, it's a big one.
But even then, I mean, it made so much. It's made so much money in these 3 weeks that it's been out. And this is the fourth weekend. But the big thing that I wanted to hit with the numbers is the big thing that James sent me something about earlier this week, and that is the overall domestic, and not overall and overall adjusted. So Star Wars right now is the #1 lifetime grossing movie that has ever came out domestically in the United States. It's at $781 million right now. Avatar is in second at $760 million. That is also including all of the movies. It's multiple releases. I don't know if you guys knew this, but Avatar came back for a weekend. Not too long ago. And it came back for a weekend so people could go see it in 3D that missed it. So Titanic also did the same thing. Titanic came out for a weekend, which surprisingly did not do well when it did the re-release. We actually moved it into a smaller 3D screen.
It's funny.
But the big thing that people are talking about is the adjusted for inflation. It's in 17th place right now.
That it is.
You guys want to guess what movies have come out that could have more money? And this is adjusted for inflation. This goes back to the 1939. So you'd be surprised at what movies are on this list above it.
Mary Poppins?
Mary Poppins is not on it.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
No. But since you guys are going that route, 101 Dalmatians is 11th.
Okay, that's my guess.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is in 10th, and that came out in 1937. It adjusted for inflation, $938 million.
What's that?
All 3 original trilogy Star Wars movies are on this list. The first Star Wars movie that came out in 1977 has $1.5 billion. So The Force Awakens has a lot to make up for it.
Wow.
Those.
It's got to make up, and this is just domestic. This isn't international. So the first Jurassic Park is in 16th. But to go to the thing that'll make you guys go crazy. Guess what? The number one movie came out in 1939.
Do tell.
Out of the way.
Gone with the Wind.
Boom.
$1.7 billion. You Googled that, didn't you?
No, I was actually Googling it, and then I just said it.
Yeah. Gone with the Wind, 1.7 billion. It was made in 1939 at a time when box office tickets were less than $1, and when people had to drive to the movie theater. You didn't have a movie theater in every small town and 6 or 7 in big towns. You had to drive to the next town to go see the movie. And they're saying that this movie at the time, over 2/3 of this nation went to go see that movie. Gee, nothing's ever been able to go near Gone with the Wind. So,
It's because there was nothing else to watch.
yeah. Well, it was a huge movie back then. It was in the movie theater for like 9 months, too. It was huge.
Huh.
Now, the other thing that nobody really looks at is worldwide grossing. Star Wars The Force Awakens worldwide has brought in $1.6 billion. It has brought in more money around the world than it has in the United States. And you want to know what's funny? It just released this weekend in China.
Oh man, yeah, that's their second biggest movie revenue too.
China does 30% of international overseas sales.
Yeah, it's
for the
huge.
movie industry. It's huge.
It's quite a
So,
bit.
above it, it's in 4th place. Above it is Jurassic World, if you can believe that. Jurassic World is in 3rd place. It did huge international. It made 60% of its money internationally. Titanic is in 2nd. It brought in $2.1 billion. But guess what? The number one movie international worldwide. You are going to hate this. Avatar at $2.7 billion.
Yeah, I've never seen Avatar.
You're not missing out on much.
That's what I heard.
It's so you just learn so much
Depressing.
stuff with the tales, man. The tales are everything in that movie. The connection.
It made 75% of its money overseas. Huge movie around the world.
Is it because I thought it was the last Airbender?
Maybe. But what's funny is, of course, this is just the estimates from last night, and I'm going to get off the Star Wars numbers because Star Wars is a huge movie right now. It's still got a long ways to go before it's the best movie ever.
We'll see how far it gets.
We'll see how far it gets. The big thing which kind of shocked me is The Revenant came out this weekend. And you know how Revenant's getting all that popularity and all that news media about it, even though half of the news media is false. It is estimated that it beat Star Wars last night. So
That'd be kind of hard though, wouldn't it? Because if people were people lined up in the hallways? Because if all the theaters, that's what I'm not understanding. If all the theaters are sold out,
Star Wars, well, first of all, The Revenant will be in smaller screens because it's not as huge of a movie. Star Wars, they're estimating, only brought in $10 million last night, which, if you're looking at their numbers, they've had a 30% drop pretty much the past 2 weeks. Last weekend, it had a 50% drop. So if you look at that same number, it's only going to bring in $40-50 million this weekend.
That's interesting.
So you're looking at The Revenant brought in estimated $14 million last night. So if it keeps that up, it could hit $50-60 million, and that's not even including the older couples, the older people, the seniors that come out in force during the weekdays, and they go see your big movies. They go see your Emmy movies.
maybe they're the ones who, because I mean, a lot of people that I know who even don't go to the movies that much went and saw Star Wars like a couple times. So yeah, we'll have to see.
It'll be interesting to see. And Revenant is in how many screens? Hold on here. Where is it at? 3,300 screens. So it's a pretty big release now, but it'll just be interesting to see how well it does.
Yeah,
I don't know. Trailers don't really tell you anything about it.
No, they don't.
From what I hear, it's another Jeremiah Johnson. If
I
you know
think
what
there's a
that
part
is.
where he fights a bear,
He fights a bear? Is that what happens?
or he gets mauled by a bear or something.
Yeah, Fox had to come out and clarify that. So, anyways, so that's that. I love Star Wars when I went to go see it. I want to go see it again some point. So,
Yeah, for sure, man.
but we're gonna stop there because we're not gonna spoil it.
Bum, bum, bum.
So, anything else you guys want to talk about news-wise? Now that I made people's ears bleed from random numbers.
Numbers. Nope.
Sounds
I
good.
think you covered it good, man.
Sounds good. James,
Yes, sir.
what are you doing this week?
Yeah, I am just doing what I'm calling post-Christmas recovery mode. I am still licking my wounds from all the awesome game deals I got. So I think the primary games I'm going to be working on, multiplayer-wise, still going to push my Call of Duty. I'm level 46 out of 55, so I'm going to finish prestiging. Single player, I am actually kind of took a little pause break off Metal Gear, and I've been pushing my Wastelands Fallout 4 on PC pretty hard. So that's going to be my big single player game I'm going to be pushing. And then, like I said to you at the beginning of the show, Hearthstone is definitely another big push with trying to get Legend. So I am really close to finally getting there. So I'm going to keep pushing it hard and hope for the best. And that's basically it, man. And I start school, so
Push
So,
the
yeah.
school.
pushing
the
that
school.
Push that school. Tim, you gonna play Barbie's World?
So I heard I was going to be playing Barbie's World.
Not Barbie as in IE, but Barbie as in BARBY.
Like barbecue?
Barbie. Barbies?
Barbies.
I like that.
I don't know. I did actually a pretty good job of finishing the 2 story Steam games that I got. So Tales from the Borderlands and the other game. Life is Strange.
Life is Strange.
Life is Strange. So now I think I'm done with those. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. Just having some fun with Minecraft.
You gonna keep building your postmodern house with Rocky and Bullwinkle?
Yeah, we do have so Rocky and Bullwinkle. Chris put the sheep and a cow on my minecart track that just cycles around my house, and they just ride.
Yep.
I like it.
I need to go back into Final Fantasy X. Keep on going on that.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Well, as
What
for
about
me,
you, Chris?
I'm gonna continue playing Axiom Verge with streaming that on my YouTube page.
Nice.
Trying to decide what I'm gonna do next after I beat that game, but right now I'm lost and I can't figure out what I need to do next. So that might take a while. I've downloaded the Lego The Hobbit series, so I might play through that. Do
It's real
stream
short.
that. Yeah, but try that. Wow. Also, I did note here a while ago that I was building a schedule for streaming. I'd like to get to the point where I can have certain games on certain nights. Kind of like what Wet Nap Slap was mentioning earlier in our chat, where I play one game on one night, another game another night, another game another night, and invite you all to join me. So who knows, we might do some Rocket League, might do some other Minecraft or other games where the community can
Sounds
join
awesome.
us while we do streaming. Also, I'm feeling like another Symphony of the Night playthrough. I love that game, and I'm feeling like that. So, who knows? It's crazy what all's coming out. So, what all the games I have to play through. So, before we head out, we do have an announcement to make for Tuesday night. James, you want to do that? You want to announce that?
Yeah, so if you guys follow us on our Facebook and Twitter page, we have already announced it, but for our podcast listeners who have not, and viewers, we are having what we're calling the Pancake Party. What this is it's a big party that's going to go down for the game release of That Dragon Cancer on Tuesday, January 12th. Why you ask Pancake Party? Well, this story is going to be kind of an emotional ride. It's actually the game developers, or the main writer behind this is the parents. Their son actually fought cancer through the making of this game, and unfortunately did die this last year. And so this is going to be a very impacting game, kind of just storytelling his life and just the struggles, the fight, and the grace behind life that, and the meaning of life. So it's going to be a really cool game, really going to point, it's going to have that Salt and Light just element to it, shaking it up to what we're used to in gaming. And we're excited about it. And so we're gonna partake. Joel's who the child was after name was, his favorite food was pancakes. So all over the country, people are doing for this game at pancake parties all over the country to basically celebrate his birthday, which is on game release day as well, and eat and share around with friends and family their just pancakes. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a big stream on YouTube. Hope to see everybody hop on. We'd love to see just a big group of people and join us because it's going to be kind of like a movie. This game's estimated to be between 2 to 4 hours. So we're just going to keep pushing along, and we're going to start it at 7:30, January 12th at night. Hope to be done anywhere between 9:30 to 11, or whenever we finish. And then in between, we might take some questions, have some fun with it. At the same time, just enjoy the ride with everyone. So check us out.
Yep, we're going to be getting that set up. We're going to do it at my place, so we'll do cooking some pancakes beforehand. You fire up the stream.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be fun.
Before or around 7:30 and try to get started in the game as early as possible so we can sit down and play through it live on the stream. So we invite you to join us, play through the game with us, or just watch us if you don't want to play through the game. So.
Yep, and then to top it off, too, if you guys can, or if you want to, just so we can get an estimate for you guys, because we might do some special giveaways even during it. Go to our Facebook page. We do have an event that you can accept and say you're going. So get on there, say you're gonna join in, and that way we can put you guys down. Because anybody we have come on, we'll probably do some giveaways. We haven't done some in a while. I think it's time we with our big bash we have some fun with it. So
Yep.
So hope to see you guys there and expect some fun.
Any other announcements we want to make, guys, before we get ready to do our closing?
No, I think we did most of them earlier, man.
Yeah,
So I think we're good to go.
Okay. Once again, I do want to thank everybody for listening. If you've listened this far on the podcast, thank you for checking us out, listening to us. We do encourage you to go back and listen to our previous shows. Now that we are on YouTube, you will shortly have a catalog of video on demands, VODs, to be able to watch on YouTube soon. So go check that out. We do have a couple previous shows on here that are pretty fun to watch. Go check that out. You can contact us at saltandlightgaming@gmail.com. Send us an email. Contact us. Got an idea, thought, comments, question? Do you know somebody that you think we would enjoy to talk to or interview with? Do you want to become part of our community here? Email us. Chat with us. Send us comments. Send us your comments and thoughts. If you're listening to us on the podcast, we do want to thank you, but in case you're curious, you can support us at Podbean. Go to saltlightgaming.podbean.com. Follow us, subscribe, whatever that asks there. They all do different things now. Facebook.com. You can hit us there at facebook.com/saltandlightgaming. Like us, follow us there. Patreon. We do have a Patreon. If you would like to support us financially, which you don't have to if you can't afford it or don't want to. Your liking, following, subscribing is more than enough support. Patreon, hit us up on Patreon, patreon.com if you want to support us financially. Every dollar helps, and we're getting ready to make a huge jump in our commitment to the show with Podbean. So if any financial support will help. We are on Twitter. We don't use it that much, but you can follow us for quick contact or chat with us if you need a quick response at Saltlight Gaming. Go look us up on Twitter. Once again, I want to take a moment here to thank all of our supporters and listeners. If you've been listening to us through last year, huge thank you for checking us out and for listening to us. If you support us on the Patreon, thank you so much. Your support is appreciated in helping this show grow. So it's still pretty small, but we love what we have, and we love the community and the guys that we have that are involved with us here. So thank you for supporting us, whether it's however you listen to us. Thank you for checking us out. So any last words you guys want to throw in here, or?
No, I think we started 2016 off right, man. Let's do it.
Sounds good. So let's roll on out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in, and keep it salty, guys. Keep it salty.
Stay salty.
Stay salty, my friends.